Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in, and I know it's been a while. I was actually out sick because I caught some kind of virus, but right now I am feeling better and I am happy to be back. And I do want to say that Happy New Year's to you guys and Merry Christmas. I do apologize that I wasn't there to say it to you all. I hope you all had a great holiday, and if you don't celebrate the holidays, I hope you just had a great week in general. Today's video, to start the New Year's off, I really wanted to create a new build in The Sims, and I was really inspired by a Japanese garden, and I absolutely love how the layout is in most Japanese gardens. I love the architecture, I love just the layout of all the trees, the variety of colors and the different shapes of all the different plants and whatnot. And so that's what I wanted to create in today's video. Was not only did I want to create a house, but I also wanted to focus more on the environmental aspect of this build. And so I do spend a lot of time building the outside, just because in most of the builds that I do in The Sims, while I do focus on building, I don't necessarily focus on the outside much. So that was one thing that I wanted to practice more with. And after discovering that they actually brought back a few tools in The Sims. So I don't know if you guys play The Sims regularly. Hopefully you do, because it's an amazing game. But in the previous Sims, they had what was called the terrain tool, and this would help you manipulate the terrain level. So if you wanted hills, you can do tall hills or low hills, or if you even wanted to make lower terrain than what was actually leveled, then you can also manipulate that as well. And they brought it back, which is really cool. They also changed something while I was out sick. You can now change the foundation by simply selecting a room instead of having to actually go in the category of foundation itself. You can just simply click on the room, and that took me a while to figure out. Honestly, I had to go on the internet to find that one out, because I was trying to change the foundation level and I couldn't. I also want to say really quickly before I dive right into talking about this house is that for the front of the house, the main entrance area where it has the pillars, the main door, and maybe even the layout of the windows, I did get that inspiration from Pinterest, but the rest of the home was designed by me. So if you guys are interested in checking out that reference, you can check in the description below. I do try to give credit where it is due, because that is only right, especially in today's world where you have a lot of people trying to copy you or trying to jump on you for copying someone else or for not giving credit. So there's that credit in the description below if you guys are interested. Pinterest is very amazing, but I do recommend you guys to try and create your designs yourself, because that is even more fun. So let's get into this creation. So as you can see, the house is coming along really well. I was trying to figure out the balance between if I wanted this to be a very traditional home or if I wanted to be in between, and I think I fell in between being modern and somewhat oriental. I think the angled roof really completed that modern look, because I didn't want it to have a traditional roof where it was a triangle shape. It just looked too awkward with all the other textures that were going along and with all the windows as well. So with the theme in mind, I knew that an angled roof would be better. And then once I had the main design of the house built, just a simple design of it, I then spent most of my time working on the outside. And for me, the one thing that I knew that I wanted the most was I wanted hills, and I wanted the entire house to have a walkway so that you could walk around the entire home, basically as you would in a garden. And so that's what my inspiration was, is that you could walk around the whole house and just be immersed in nature and colors and all different kinds of things. And so I knew that in the center of the backyard I wanted to have a fountain, but I was having trouble figuring out how or what I wanted that fountain to look like. So for this one, I do end up changing the fountain a lot throughout this build, because I couldn't decide on what I wanted it to look like. Now that I see the fountain for what it is in this video, at this part I may end up changing it back, because I do change it later on. So with the fountain in place and all the scenery going on, I just decided to perfect the outer border of the whole garden. So as you can see, I'm adding colors to the terrain. I'm adding soil in just to kind of highlight those areas that have a lot of trees and bushes going on, and it really does come along together when you do it this way. And when you work with different trees and bushes and all that, it really does add so much character to your layout in general. And so what I'm doing now is I'm going to just outline the whole house with the stone walkway. And as you can see, the vision that I had in mind is coming together very well, and I'm really happy that it did. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it to come along this good, but it just goes to show that when you really take the time to perfect anything, especially environmental, and you just try new things, it really does come along really well. So always do your best to experiment as much as you can and to try different things. You may just end up finding out something that was really cool. Now I'm just going to be designing the inside, and this was the tricky part because again, I didn't want it to be so traditional as far as Oriental style is concerned, but I also want it to be somewhat modern, so I did try to work with earth tones a lot. As you can see, we have a lot of brown and tans going on. I was tempted for a second to use Christmas decorations, but I backed out of it because Christmas is no longer here, and I was really bummed because I didn't get to decorate anything with the Christmas decorations, but next year. So as I was saying, yes, I do use a lot of earth tones because I do feel like that is a prominent feature when it comes to Oriental style is the earth tone, so like earth green, browns, tans, even some grays, dark grays, things like that. And so that's what I was going to be focusing on, even though I like color and I do my best to add some color to this home. I did want to keep it as earthy as possible, just to kind of also be in balance with the nature outside. Another thing that I like to do that will definitely add more character to my design is I like to play around with textures. So as you can see here, instead of just keeping all the walls plain white, I decided to add a stone wall in the center of the room, and this really does add a lot of character to the whole design. And I do this throughout the entire home because since the exterior also has some stone walls as well, I decided to bring those stone walls inside, and I really love how it comes together. I also like to add a lot of plants to the inside of the home. Even though we have a lot of trees going on outside, you can never have too many plants inside. So for the kitchen area, because we have an amazing garden going on outside, I knew I wanted to have a lot of windows, and I knew I wanted almost a panoramic view of the whole garden if I was able to have so. And since we also have a lot of greenery going on outside, I wanted to calm those colors down by adding a lot of earth tones, and this is where all those browns come to life. And I also add some textures to both side walls, as you guys can see. And I was really struggling with the colors of the back walls because I didn't know if I wanted something yellow or if I wanted a beige color or a tan color. Eventually I do go with beige because I think it overall helps bring the mood of being grounded and just relaxed and calm. And that's what I was going for. Anything other than that color I think would have been too much, should I say. So afterwards I'm then going to work on adding some accents to the house. I really add a lot of lights because I think that helps bring out the nature of the house itself. And then afterwards I'm going to be working on the top part of the house, and again, I'm still going with the theme of going with earth tones, wood accents. I also make sure to evenly distribute color throughout the whole house. Even though we have a lot of earth tones going on, I work a lot with greens and the yellows just because for me they represent outside. And that completes this house. I will now give you guys an official tour. So starting from the main entrance, this is what you see, and right away you see the dining area, and to the right is the living room area. I absolutely love this view, and I love the view that you get from outside. And as you walk into the right side of the hallway, you're taken to the guest bathroom, which is quite small. It's nothing special. And from the guest bathroom to the left you have the dining room area. To the left you have an opening to the main entrance, and then to the right you have the kitchen area, which I absolutely love, and there's some more texture going on. Outside we are led to the patio and backyard area. Right there you can see we have an access to the living room. Once outside we have access to the backyard, and the sun is now setting and all those colors are really standing out now. And as you guys can see, I put some lanterns just to complete the whole oriental feel. The sun is officially down now, so I'm going to take you around the back of the house, and as you can see I like to put water throughout the entire home just so that the element of water and nature will come together very well. Inside to the top of the stairs, here is the main entrance and the sitting area. From there, I'll take you into the office area. I like to leave at least one room for office purposes, and after that I'm going to take you into the other guest room, which is very small, and then here is the main bedroom. I absolutely love that it has a view of the garden. After that, that completes this tour. What do you guys think? I hope you all enjoyed this video and this design. If you would like more videos like these, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. I hope the year starts off great for all of you, and thank you so much for your love and support. I'll be seeing you soon. Bye!